Chapter 1. It all started on January 15, 2016. I just got home from work and I was tired, so ate some leftovers from 2 nights ago. Once I was done, I check the clock and it says 7:30, so I take a shower, then I went to bed. The next morning I wake up at 6:30, then I eat breakfast and watch the news. Another shooting. More snow and Trump runs for president. Then I get dressed, then go to work. I work as a maid at a hotel and I get paid under the table. Then after work I go home, and on the way home I get a call from my mom. She asks me to go on a date with one of her friend's son who is really smart. I tell her once again I'll date when I'm ready. She says okay. I get home at 6:35. I look and see I have a message. I listen. It's from Tori, my best friend. We met at a fair 2 years ago and we've been best friends since. She said she wanted to know if I was free this Saturday because she wanted to see a movie. I eat takeout. Then at 8 I go to bed. Then the next day I wake up at 10. I have the day off. It's Wednesday, so I go to the park with Tori and we sit down on a bench and we talk about what we are going to see this weekend. Then we have a snowball fight. Then I run into a guy and he tells me his name is Max and I tell him my name is Maya. Then I ask him out on a date this Saturday at 4 and he says okay. Then he gave me his number. Chapter 2. Once Max leaves, I tell Tori that we are going on a date this Saturday. Then she says, I thought we were going to the movies this Saturday. Then I tell her that we can go some other time. Then she said, okay. The next day I leave work at noon so I can get ready for my date. Then I went home at 5. Then I called him and we talked about what we doing on our date and we decided to go the Olive Pit, and then we talked to 10. Then I went to bed. The next day I woke up at 9. I was late to work, so I took a quick shower. Then I got dressed. Then I ate a quick breakfast. Then I went to work. Then when I got to work, my boss was waiting for me. He said if I'm late one more time I'm fired. Then after work I went home and called Max. He didn't answer. Then I tried again but still no answer, so then I made dinner. Then at 8 I went to bed. The next day I woke up at 9:30. Then I ate breakfast. Then I called Max and I asked him why he didn't answer, and he said don't worry about it. Then we talked about our date tonight. After we were done talking, I called Tori and we talked about my date tonight. Then I asked her if she worked Monday. Tori works at Kmart and she said yes and that she off Friday. Then I said then let's go Friday. Then she said okay. Then for the rest of the I got ready for my date. Then at 4 we went on our date. It went great. We ate dinner. Then we went back to my place and it was only 6. Then he got a text. He read the text. Then he said he had to go the next day. I called Max and I asked him why he had to go and he said his mom is the hospital. Then he asked me if I wanted to go visit his mom with him. I said sure, so we both went to the hospital and we both saw his mom. She looked really sick. Then she asked if she could talk to Max alone. 9 weeks have gone by and me and Max have been spending a lot of time together, and Tori stopped being my friend because she said there's no time for us to spend time together, so we stopped talking to each other. Chapter 3. It was almost Valentine's Day and I called Max to see what he wanted to do for it and he said nothing. I have no time for that. Then before I could say anything he hanged up. Then I got worried that something was up. Then I realized that he might be busy at work, so I decided to surprise him. 2 days later it's Valentine's Day and I go his place and surprise him. He looked at me and said you shouldn't have. Then he said I have something to tell you. Then I give a present, a box of chocolate and a card. Then he reads the card and says I have something to tell you. Then someone walks in and asked why I'm here. Then Max says it's Valentine's Day and before he can finish the person asks in a mean way for me to leave now, so I leave. Then I go home and call my mom and tell her what happened. And she said, maybe they had to work on something for work. Then I said maybe. Then I looked at the clock. It said 3:50. Then I watched my favorite movie to get my mind off it. Then I checked the clock. It said 6:55, so then I ate dinner, then at 8 I went to bed. The next day it was Friday, I had the week off, so I called Max and he said I can't talk now, but before I go can I tell you something. Then his friend tells him to hang up, so he does. Then I go the park to think. After an hour I call Tori and she asks why did I call her. Then I say that Max has been different lately and she said, well, has he been acting different? Then I said, yes, it's like he has no time for me. Then she said to follow my heart. Then I did. I went home, called Max and I said, what is going on? It's like you don't want nothing to do with me. Then he said, it's not what you think, I just been busy at work and if I don't get this done then I could be fired. Then I said, that's it, okay. Then after that I call work and say I need a week off. Then they say, no, that's it, you're fired, you can't keep calling off. Then after that check the clock and it says 5:40. Then I eat dinner, then at 8 I go to bed. The next day wake up at 9, then I eat breakfast, then I get dressed, then I watch TV all day. Then at 4:30 I eat dinner, then I get a call, it's Max. I don't answer it, he leaves a message saying that he has something to tell me. I stop it, then at 8 I go to bed. Chapter 4. The next day I wake up at 10, then I eat breakfast, then I watch TV and cry because I'm worried about Max. Then I get a call from Max, I answer it, he says that he's sorry, then his friend told him to hang up, so he did. Then I cried, then for 4 weeks didn't leave my house, I stayed in bed. One day Tori came over and said I can't just mope around, I have to get up and see Max. I said, just go, leave me here, I rather mope than see that loser. Then she left. Then 2 weeks go by and I was still moping around. Then Tori came over and got me up. Then I said, you know what, you're right, I'm going to see him. Then I got dressed, then I went to Max's house, and when I got there I saw that his friend has killed Max. I then realized that all that time he wanted to tell me something, it was that his friend was no friend of his and he wanted to kill him. Then call 911. Then his friend goes to jail and I am told that Max is dead. Chapter 5. 5 weeks later I go to Max's funeral and tell everyone that I shut down and didn't listen to him, and that what I should have done was listen to him and stop this before it happened. Now on his birthday I go to his grave and wishes him a happy birthday.